Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss how we send the request, how we automate the post, get, put, delete methods, okay, using the ratio show. Okay, I will show you all those examples. So in last tutorial, we have discussed what is the API, REST API, what is the REST assured library, how we set up those REST assured library on your Eclipse project, okay, how we create the first test. So I have already discussed in the previous session, and you can see here one simple example, okay, where I am using the get pet store API, pet stores, okay, and this is the open source API, so I am taking the reference from here and then sending the get request status equal to pending, and then reading the data and verifying the asserts status code as well as the content type. Okay, now I am going to show you how we automate the post request. Okay, so this is the post request, post it's okay, created one test changing method here, post pets. Okay, so as we discussed last, we need to use the rest assured dot base URI where we can set up the base URL. So let me set up this at a class before class level so that this will be available for all method. Okay, so now I don't need to set up this rest assured dot base URI for each and every test. Okay. So now next, first of all, I need to call the given. Okay. And here we will set up the request body. Okay. Then next, we need to use the when. Okay. And then here call the post method and send the URL like this. Okay. And this will return us the response like okay. So now first of all we need to check what is the details of the API. Okay, so if I go here, there is a one post API post pets. Okay, so what request detail we required for this API? So there is a response body we need to send. Okay, and next is the we can try out here and to get the other detail. Okay, so this here parameters I need to pass like header application content type and click on execute, and response content like we need also get in the XML or JSON format. Click on this. So this will, if I select here the application JSON, then we will get the detail in JSON format. Okay, and here you can see the current post. Okay, so this is the sending request, this is the endpoint URL, and these are the header part we need to set up, and this D option is this is the body of request. Okay, then we are getting the response here, 200 response code, and response detail is this. Okay, now I need to set up these details in a request body. Okay, so what is the here method is a post. Okay, so already here I did the method equal to post, and here I need to pass base URL after the base URL. So this is the v2 pet. Okay, like this. Rest I have already set up here, so call here, add this. Next, there are two headers. Okay, so we can add here headers like in previous example I have given. Okay, headers, it will key and value pair, right? One header dot header. We can set up the multiple headers as well as the list of the header object we can also set. Okay, second one is the content type JSON. We can set up this. Here is dot. Okay, so this is double quotes, and then here is also double quotes. So there are two headers value. One is accept, second is the content type. Both value I have set up here. So this is the JSON. Okay, because we are sending the JSON and we are expecting the JSON. So both will be the application JSON. Now this is the post method, and here one more things we require to set up this JSON body. Okay, copy this complete JSON body. Okay, and add in array string data type, right? JSON, give any variable name and store this JSON here. So by default, it will automatically add the slash. Slash means this is escaping double quotes. So now our script will start from here, is double quotes JSON and end with here. Okay, and then let me print and show you how this will looks like. Yeah, this JSON is coming. This is the JSON body. Okay, and now I need to set this JSON, okay, here in post method as a body. So you can include anywhere here after the given, before the when. Okay, so I am going to add here body, then JSON, because we are sending this as a body. So I will include this in a body format, body method. Okay, so now the request given is ready. Okay, where I set up two headers, one body where we are passing the JSON I have placed here. So we can set pass the JSON string. Also we can create the JSON object. So I will show you in next tutorial how we create the JSON object, but here currently I am passing this JSON as a string. Okay, completely copy paste here. You can remove these slashes are, these are the not required. Okay, slash r means a tab plus new line. So this is not part of the JSON. Okay, so this is the response. I can you print the response. Okay, as we discussed in the previous, we can print the response as a petty string. Okay, so now I'm going to run this test and you will see the output. Yeah, this is the output. This is the request JSON. Okay, and let me comment this and you will get the response now only. This is the response. Okay, next, this is the second method response, like first one, this one. So both test is executed. Now next we need to add the assertion here. So we can use the response code assertion as well as content type assertion. Running this test again. Okay, so here you can see I'm expecting application JSON, but we have set up here to application here expecting XML, but we are getting the application JSON, right? Why? Because we have set up here accept equal to application JSON. So we need to add the assertion as per our expected value. So it should return application JSON content type in response. Again, run it. Yes, getting response. Okay, so now next we can also automate the other type of methods, like I am going to uh, use the other method, put method. Okay, let me copy this complete method because most of the part will be same. Okay, so this is the put. Why, what we are using for the put? So basically put is required to use to update the data, while get request required to use the create the data. Okay, so this is the put method. I can add the ID here. Okay, so this will update the data for this ID. Okay, and here you can see if I go with the head, this request. Okay, this is the put request. Update existing pets. Here we need to pass the ID for existing app resource like pets. Okay, then all the response body is same. JSON body is same. Okay, only the changes is this is the method type 2 slash is also pet. Okay, and if I try out here, you will get content type application JSON as well as the accept content type is application JSON. Execute this. We will get the same response. These are the same request detail. Only the difference method is put. Okay, and this response will be same. So only the difference like header we need to set up here. Body we need to this header we also required. Body also required. Okay, only the differences here we required the put method. Okay, so I'm updating this. Rest of the detail are same. Now I'm going to run this. Yes, you can see here the detail. ID is same ID you are getting. Okay, we can update this. So I'm going to update this pet's name. So in response, you will get this. Okay, so you can see the data is updated. So to make sure this data is updated or not, because we are getting here response, it doesn't mean this is also updated in the database. So if I hit the API, get API to get all the pets whose status is available, then it means this data should be also come. Okay, so I have already automated here one API, right? Get request whose status is available. So let me update it with available. Okay, so if I hit this request, then we will get the in response, we will get all the data, all the pets whose status is available. So we should also get this API. Let me search this. Yeah, here you can see ID is same. This ID, its data is now updated, and we are getting here updated data. Okay, so it means our pets API is working. So also I can here add some more verification where we will verify the response data, XML data, JSON data. We will discuss these, how we validate the data, JSON and XML data, and how we pass the, retrieve the data and pass in the next API. Okay, so we will discuss in the next tutorial. Okay, now next is we have done get, put, post. Okay, now next is the delete method. So here you will get the delete method. So there is one delete, go here. Okay, so click on the tryout. This is the ID. Here what ID we will add, that will delete the method, delete the resources from the database. So this is the pet ID, not this. This is not mandatory. Okay, here we need to pass pet ID. So pet ID is a path parameter. So it should go with the path like this one. So here we have accept header one by loop. This we need to set up. Method type is delete, and this is the endpoint URL. Okay, so now let me create another method for delete. Okay. So delete, and this is the test.ng. So I will add here the test.ng annotation. Okay, so first of all, we need to use the like given. Okay, then dot. I will set up here the headers. Okay, header is accept, only one header, accept JSON. this one. Okay, then I will call here when. Okay, when here I will next call the delete method. Okay, in response we will pass the v2 pet. Okay, then pet id. So here I pass the pet id 11. Okay, but suppose that this is the pet id and I am going to delete this, so I will pass this id. So it will delete this API, this pets from the database, and this will return us the response. Let me print the response. Okay. Okay. So now I'm running this. You will get this will be give us the valid response. Okay. Expected response. Yeah, this is the response I am getting, and its status code is 200. Okay, I can also add in verification. So now if I run this, then this will mark fail because the resources we are looking that is already deleted. Okay, so I will run again. So now this is the ID. One more pets is added. Now I'm going to delete this. So this is the pet ID. So I will pass here in the pet this pet ID. Okay, and then if I run the code, then this pet will delete it, and we have also validating the assertion code, as well as we can put the content type, status code, as well as the content type. So running this, yeah, now it's passed successfully, right? So response code is 200 and content type is application JSON. Now I'm running again, rerunning. Okay, so in that case, if I rerun this, then this should fail. Why this should fail? Because this ID we have passed and this ID deleted from the database. Now this is not available because in the previous request this is deleted. So if I run this here again, then we will get the different response code like 404. 404 when we are getting when resource is not found in the server. Okay, so you can see 404 getting while expecting 200. Okay, and we are getting 400. Why we are getting? Because this ID is already deleted from the database when we run the previous request. Okay, so this is the delete method. We can use the delete method by using this approach. Okay, so now let me show other type of methods, post method, where we can pass the different set of data. Okay, like we have one post method, uh, one this post method where I will pass the ID and this will update the pets in the store with the form data. So here I'm going to use the form data. So form data, we will pass the pets ID, we will pass the name, we will pass the status. So these value will be updated. Okay, so let me create this in the here. One more method, public void post update. Okay, so let me copy this some request here. Okay, let me write here. So first of all, I will call given. Okay, then here is part of the headers. I will add in headers. We need to set up the content type like key and value format. So its header will be like this, except this one. Okay, so I have set up here. Then calling when. Okay, dot post. In post we will pass the URL and this will return the response. Okay, so let me add the assertion, response content type, as well as the status code. Okay, so this is done. Now what additional value we will need to pass here? So like suppose that I am going to run this and then we will use this ID. This is the ID. Okay, so I am going to use this ID here. So this is the pet ID. I can pass here pet's ID, name equal to, like suppose that I updated doggy. Let me update this as a cat. Okay, status code we can use pending. Okay, clicking on the and running the code. So here you can see post method. So I have added the this method as a post. Okay, and in post method I will pass the URL. So this URL, this is the URL v2/pet and then pet ID. So pet ID basically you can see here mention a path. Path means we can pass this pet ID in a path variable, and also you can see here in curly bracket pet ID. So I need to pass this complete URL here. Okay, next we need to use the some header part. Okay, header part you can see this is accepting this one, and here there is a content type applications slash xwd form multi URL form URL coded. So we need to also add this one in a header. So one more headers we required, this one content type and then dot. Okay, so next request is the form parameter. So I will select here the form param. Okay, so here I will pass the key and value pair. Okay, there are two form parameters, so I will use here both key and value. Okay, and what is the key? So basically here the name equal to cat. So name, this is the key, and value we can pass like dogs. Some any value we can pass, what value we want to update, and status equal to I am going to put here sold. Okay, so this is done. So if I run the request, so I will get the this expected response, this type of response 200 and unknown and then this ID. Okay, so let me run and show you. Yeah, you can see same response, same type expected response we are getting. Okay, so in this video what we learned how we automate the post, get, delete, put method, how we pass the body as a JSON object, how we pass the form parameters details, how we pass the ID like in a path parameter. Okay, so all those we understand here. So now one more request I am going to show where we can pass the value as a query string. Yeah, query string already here passed. Okay, so I think this is also covered. Okay, so in next session, next tutorial, I will discuss how we add the assertion in JSON response. Okay, so how we add some assertion points. So currently we are putting here the assertion only for the status code as well as the content type. We can also put the assertions on the JSON format, like here we can assert code equal to 200, type equal to unknown, message equal to like this. So this type of assertion we can also require to add in our automation test script. Okay, thanks for watching the video.